Okay, so now we're going to start first with some important aspects before we move on to writing our first post and learning how to use the post editor. And the aspect that I would like us to really take a look into is the categories tab. So you can find the categories tab by navigating to your dashboard and clicking on the categories by just by the top left here. So I'm going to show you to again in case so that you can be able to easily find it. So let's say this is your WordPress dashboard. You have to hover your mouse to the posts, the post tab, and when you hover your mouse to the post tab, then you move on to the categories. So you click on category. So when you click on categories, it's going to show you all the categories on your website. So categories, unlike tags, in case you are wondering what categories are all about, categories unlike tags can have an hierarchy, and they helps you to categorize your post or your articles on your website, so that it will be easier for you to access them in a more orderly manner. So for instance, let's say you have about 10 files. You have some files that are white in color. You have about 3 that have the color white. You have 2 that are blue, and you have the other 5 that are white. So you can easily categorize these files that, okay, these ones are white, these ones are blue in color, and these ones are red in color. So that's almost the same thing how categories work. So I'm going to use a practical case as an example. For instance, I currently am an editor for a tech and social media blog called netsocialblog.com. So when you visit netsocialblog.com, I'm going to show you a practical example right now. So now we are going to use something else so that you can be able to understand how categories work and what they are like. So I'm going to use a practical example. So for instance, there is this website, netsocialblog.com, a technology and social media blog in which I happen to be one of the editors for it. So now this is the netsocialblog.com website, and so we have different articles under different juries on the website. So we have articles on the technology, we have articles on WordPress, articles on internet, articles on blogging, just as well we have articles on social media. So categories makes it easy for you to classify all the information, all articles on this based on each of these categories. So like for instance, if you write an article on social media, you can easily classify it under social media. So when people click on social media, they will be shown articles that are. So now, as you can see, and I have articles under that are classified under social media. For instance, we have 10 ways big firms or themselves badly on social media. We have Signal versus WhatsApp app, features, comparison, and their privacy policy. We have WhatsApp calls, crypto. So all articles that you are going to see on this page is going to be based on social media alone, simply because I actually categorize them under social media. So the same thing also goes for if I should click on, let's say I want to view articles under WordPress. So if I should click on WordPress, then it's going to show me articles that are classified based on WordPress. So the category section allows you to categorize your website articles category. So if you are writing articles that are actually based on different topics, so you can actually categorize them and use the categories feature to categorize them. So we are going to move on to how you can create a category and assign them to individual posts. So first, let's start with creating a categories. So like I earlier mentioned, we're going to start first with creating a category. So if you want to create a category, so let's say to WordPress Laboratory, I'm talking a lot. I'm actually focusing majorly about creating articles surrounding WordPress. And when we are talking about WordPress, so there are a lot of things that we can talk about WordPress, talk about support, talk about technical, talk about plugins, talk about themes, talk about troubleshooting, talk about accessibility, talk about design, and etc. There are a lot of topics that one can discuss about WordPress. So let's say these are currently now the WordPress Laboratory, which is the website that we are using for this tutorial. So let's say I want to be creating articles majorly on 3 things, which is the WordPress plugin, WordPress themes, and WordPress so let's say WordPress how-to. So now I have 3 categories: the plugins, the themes, and how-to. So if I want to create a new category, all you have to do is come down to categories. So when you click on categories, then by the right side of your main screen here, so you are going to see name. So this is where you are going to give the name to the category that you want to give. So let's say the first one is going to be WordPress plugins. So now I have the name. So the next one is slug. So slug is simply the URL friendly version of the name. So for instance, when I visit this techeot.com, so if you want to read all the articles under WordPress that have been posted on, that have been published on techeot.com, so this is the URL slug for it. We have www.techeot.com/category/WordPress. So this the slug here is where you are going to give your category a slug. So let's say I say WordPress then plugin. So this is the slug I want to give, and then I can add description here. So I can add description here, so that although the description is actually optional, but if you like, you can also add the description to you. So here we are going to talk about WordPress plugins. So this is the description for the categories, and then when you are done filling all the details, then you click on add new category. So now I have the WordPress plugins as a name here, I have the description here, and I have the slug here. So if you want to view all articles that have been published under the WordPress plugin, that you can simply click on the view section here. So when you click on the view section, then you can see articles published on that blog. So I can see, but because I've not published any article and categorized them under WordPress plugin, so that is where it's saying nothing found. So I'm also going to do the same for the next two categories that I wanted to say. So the next one is going to be WordPress themes, and I will assign the slug WordPress themes. Then the description is going to be, this is where we are going to talk about WordPress themes. So, and that's that for that. So, and then I'll click on add new category. So now I have there, and the final one is WordPress how to's. So, and then I will assign this slug WordPress how to's. So, and description, I can add a description that okay, all tutorials on using WordPress. Add new category. So now I have all my new categories set. I have the WordPress how to's, I have the WordPress theme, I have the WordPress plugin. So that is all on that on categories. And if you want to, let's say I want to delete WordPress how to's, I want to only remain the WordPress themes and plugins. So you can simply do that by moving your mouse here and then clicking on delete. So once you click on delete, confirm it and click on OK. So it's going to delete WordPress how to's. And so let's say I want to change the category. You can also change the category from WordPress theme to WordPress let's say WordPress appearance. So all you have to do is click on quick edit, then write WordPress appearances, and then you can also change your slug by saying appearances, and then click on update category. So now we've learned how to create a new category, how to edit the category, and how to delete a new category. So now we are set and ready to go into the post editor and see how to create a new article and assign each of these categories to the article.